Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing really well. Today I'm going to be in the world of Brindleton Bay doing my very first community lot speed build for you all. I am so excited. I most recently bought Dine Out and Get to Work, so I'm finally able to create restaurants and take my Sims out to restaurants, and I'm so pumped. I've been lusting after this pack for such a long time. I really wanted to do restaurants and things like that, and now I'm finally able to, and I'm able to share it with you all, and what a good day. What a good day. But I'm really pleased with how this build turned out. It is so cute. It's exactly my style. It's exactly how I like to build, the style that I like to build in. It's just really cute. I'm really pleased with it, specifically the exterior. So here we go, right into the speed build. You're seeing me work on the exterior a little bit. I got the inspiration for this build from a Pinterest photo. It's extremely cute, just a little stone and dark wood little cottage basically, but I decided to turn it into a cafe. I was gonna do just coffee, but I imagine that this is a place where you can get sandwiches and just some nice little, little bites to eat. It's very intimate inside. I only found enough room for about 3 tables with 2 chairs apiece. So very cozy, very intimate. I'm in love with this build. I cannot wait. I play tested it a little bit, and just having the Sims come in and eat there was just so exciting for me. So I'm so happy with this build. But you're seeing me work a little bit on the roof. It took me a while to get it exactly where I wanted it. It's still not quite there. You can still see a little bit of clipping, especially in that lower roof, but it's not too terrible. I wanted it to have kind of a whimsical quality, kind of like a cottage in the woods type of thing, and I thought that that really worked for the area of Brindleton Bay. So I'm really pleased that I put it here. This is on one of the lots. It's a very small empty lot. When you first open your game up, it's sort of in like the town center where like the vet and things like that are. It's a really nice lot. I've never built on this lot before. It's very small, so I didn't really have, I had plenty of room in the back of this, but I don't know what sort of home you would have like on this lot. I assume something a little bit bigger maybe, but anyhow, just working a little bit on the exterior. It took me a while to find a like wallpaper or paint color that I really liked, but I ended up going with that one that has sort of the stone accents on the corner, and then I went with the roof that has that sort of like very irregular shingled look. Like I said, I wanted to go for very cottage look. I use a ton of Seasons items in this build, and I mean a ton of Seasons items, which I've not had a chance to build with yet ever since I purchased it. So it was win-win for me. But you see me use those sort of columns with the stone at the bottom. I love the Seasons items. I cannot wait to build cabins and, really rustic builds with that. Those are my favorite kind to build, if you can't tell yet by by some of the things that I've made on my channel. But and those windows also came from Seasons. I decided to use that door from Laundry Day though. I want it to look a little bit sort of like swinging, like sort of a screen door front porch type of deal. So I went with that one. I also put these 2 little windows up on the 2 roofs right there. I end up not keeping it. I end up going with that same exact window, but just with a rounded top, which I hadn't seen when I was doing this exterior. So I go in and switch those here in a minute, but just putting a little chimney in there, I thought it looked so nice with the rock and right on the front. It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm so happy with this. But then you'll see me making the floor plan right here a little bit. I decided to use that entire back space for sort of like the kitchen area. So I used a lot of the Get to Work kitchen items. I didn't go too crazy with making sure that it looked absolutely perfect back in the kitchen. I really just kind of put in what I absolutely had to put in to make it a restaurant lot. And then I'm just with a coat of paint, and then I kind of left it at that. I did use a few new clutter item decorations, and we'll get to that in a minute, but just trying to find the perfect interior paint for this. I did go with sort of this like chair railing color with the brown woods, and I decorate quite a bit with it like that, but I decided I don't care for, I think it looks like too much brown, I guess, so I end up going with that sort of like green swatch that you may have seen me put in there. It's my favorite paint color in all of the Sims. It's sort of like sagey green with sort of like the white trim around it. I think it looks really nice, and I end up changing it to that here in a minute, but it took me forever to go through all of the Get to Work items. There is so much that came with that pack. So much. Like there's no way that I will ever get through and use all of those items, but see me put a little bit of ivy on the outside around the chimney. I thought that looked really great, and then I'm going to go in here and kind of start putting together how I want the cafe to look. So I put this bar right here I end up turning around the cabinets, but I really love that green color that came with the Parenthood cabinets, and what better place to use it than here? So put in that little cabinet right there, sort of like a counter type thing, and then I'm going in and trying to figure out what sort of decorations and like that bakery, the bakery case, things that I want to put in here. I love that bakery case; it is so cute. I wanted to be able to put more in here, but I also want it to be really cozy, so I didn't make it too large. But going on to the bathroom, I put the toilet in there, as well as that sink that we got from Seasons that I'm in love with, and then my favorite mirror, of course, and then just a few little nicks and knacks here and around. I put a soap pump in and a plant, and pretty much left it at that for this bathroom. I didn't go too crazy with it, since it's it's a public restroom. What sort of decorations are you going to find in there? But anyway, so the bathroom is pretty much finished. I did use those washboards as sort of like a little rustic decoration to go in the bathrooms. I thought that was really cute. I love using those washboards whenever I can. But then you'll see me put in the waiter station. That waiter station, it's a standalone thing, but I managed to merge it with the cabinet so it didn't look quite so, I don't know. I just didn't have enough room in this build to warrant putting it over there by itself. But then you're seeing me put in the kitchen, the chef station, I believe is what it's called, and the waiter station over there in the corner. And then I put in a refrigerator and a couple of waste baskets around. I also used that broom and dustpan item, which is also really, really cute. I put that back there in the kitchen. And then I used these curtains that we got from Vintage Glamour to sort of act as a partition to the kitchen, but also keep it open to where waiters and waitresses can just kind of float in and out. I thought that was really, really sweet. And then I also put this extra cabinet back here to serve as kind of like a coffee station, because since it's sort of like a cafe, I imagine pastries, light food and coffee. I was going to put it out here in the dining room, but I just couldn't really get it to work. I don't know. I wasn't really happy with how it was. So I decided to put it back where the waiters and waitresses walk by so that they can fill up coffee for customers and then just kind of take it out to them that way. So I put that there along with the little coffee mug item that we have. And then I move on to trying to figure out the tables and chairs in here, which it gave me a little bit of a headache, but not too much. I think it looks really nice. I was going to go for 4 tables, but it just seemed really, really cramped. In hindsight, I probably should have made this build a little bit larger, but it's just so cute and tiny. I love it. But I ended up going with 3 tables with 2 chairs apiece. This dining room is pretty basic. I didn't go too overboard, but I mean, I'm not really sure how to go overboard in a little country dining room. So I think it looks nice. But yeah, just trying to figure out where all of those tables end up going. That's how I end up keeping them right there. And then I'm going to move on to the clutter and decorations for this build. So you see me put out a little sign for the restaurant, and then I'm putting up some of those chalkboard menus that we got. I think we had some just from base game, or maybe some from another like Parenthood pack or something like that. But I go with that as well as some that we got from Get to Work, and they're really, really cute. And put some string lights up above them and a couple of little nicks and knacks around. Got some paintings, those little apple and orange paintings, sort of like rustic barnwood paintings that we got from base game, are so cute. I love them. Put out a little sign, and then I was gonna put those little like ketchup and mustard caddies on every table, but I decided that didn't really work for like a bakery cafe type of deal. So I ended up going with these little like sort of rustic flower pots on every table. I think they look really cute. I sized them down a couple and then put that plant in the corner. I wanted this build to sort of be very plant friendly. So I do put a lot of plants around and about, especially behind like where the cash register is. I think it looks really, really nice in here. And then go with a couple of like rustic paintings, like that one with the like sort of barnwood fence. And then I hated that big long empty wall in the kitchen, so I went with that sort of it's called like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's got a lot of random items just in frames, which I never have walls large enough for it. So I don't know. I decided to put it in there. Why not? But I am going a little bit crazy with the kitchen clutter items. I used that salt and pepper shaker that we got. I also got cool kitchen stuff. So again, perfect for this build. And that sort of like pot of peppers, I believe is what it's called. And I put the cookbooks in there in the kitchen. And here you'll see me put some plants and stuff on this floating shelf. I just think it makes it look really sweet, cozy, and rustic. And I'm pleased. I was going to put those Christmas lights down in front of the counter, but it didn't end up really working very well. So I was also going to use curtains. And again, I felt it make it look smaller in here than it already was. So I figured the curtains going into the dining room was fine. And I used those little half curtains from Parenthood as kind of a compromise that makes it look really sweet. I'm happy. And then put a little rug for the cash register and one of those no slip rugs that we got from Get to Work. That's such a neat item. Like I would never have thought of that, but it makes it seem so so realistic, I guess. I don't know. And put a little plant back there at the waiter station, and then you're going to see me head outside to make a little sort of like seating area for if you're waiting for a table. Very simple, just a couple of wood chairs and some exterior lighting and a plant in the middle of that. I didn't want to go too crazy. I think it looks really nice though. But yeah, just trying to figure out where else to put a few plants. I did end up putting that plant right there in front of the cash register. I thought that was a nice little touch. But then you're going to see me, like I said, working on the exterior, putting some lighting in there. I think those lights also came from Seasons that I'm putting by the door. And then I believe that I move on to the exterior for some landscaping. So I put in a little walkway heading up to the front steps. I was having a bit of trouble with my PlayStation camera for that little light. See right here, it just kept wanting to go to the floor for some reason, but I figured it out, and I put a little bit of dirt around the front of the build and a little bit of accent marks on the side of the walkway. And then I had moved all of the trees for this lot to the very back so that I could work and then sort of move them in. I sized up a couple of trees to make it sort of look like this is kind of nestled back in the forest, even though we're in the middle of town. But I think it looks really good. Put some dirt and grass around, and then I'm going to start moving on to the shrubbery and all of the little flowers around the front. I kind of went a little bit crazy with the flowers. I tried to go with sort of like a yellowish theme. I don't know. It took me a little bit of guesswork to try to get these flowers looking right. Console players did not get the update with all of the extra debug items yet. That should be coming soon, but when it does, watch out because I'm going to go crazy. But anyway, this is reaching the end of this build once I figure the flowers out. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments if you like this build, if you'd like to see me do more community lots in the future. Please let me know. I read all my comments, and thank you all so much for watching again. Bye guys.